overcoming depression starts in the body, not the mind. So we've all been taught, you can think your way out of depression, or think this, or change your thoughts, or change your mind, or learn enough self-help and you'll finally get out of it. The thing is, when we look at depression, we look at the fact that you're being depressed, you're being pressed down. You feel like there's no movement. So part of what happens is the brain is sending signals to the body, but the body really isn't sending signals back to the brain like it should. And that's part of an active life, is there's a good interplay between the two, because the nervous system is a two-way street. Signals go up and signals come down. So what happens when we're depressed is we're sending very negative signals downward, and we don't have any positive signals coming up. We don't have any exercise, we don't have any endorphins, we don't have, a good biochemistry going on down there. So that's contributing to weakness going on up here, and it's contributing to more depressed thinking and stuff like that. So what we want to do is we want to actually put the cart before the horse. Let's not worry about what's going on up here yet. Let's start getting that body up and moving and getting some of those signals moving upward, because then what that's going to do is that's going to start to alter your chemistry to the point where you can be more effective and start to reach out of that depression. It's like starting a car when it's cold. When you first started, or nothing, and then the second time you get a little pop, 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 and then the third time you get a little bit more. And that's what we want to do as we're starting to work our way out of depression, is we want to start training the body to start moving every day. And we want to start first thing in the morning, right when you get up, before those thoughts start hitting and they start telling you things, how much your life sucks, or how bad your life is, or how bad your day is going to be. You have to start ignoring that and let the body do what the body needs to do. We think, I need to make up my mind to get moving and then I'll get moving. That's not how the body works. To an extent, yes, you got to tell the body what to do and then it'll do it. But if you just let the body start doing what it wants to do naturally, your brain is going to start getting in gear with that, and then everything's going to get in alignment. So I understand, some people, they're not physically able and things like that. I'm going to go over some different techniques for that. And please do consult a physician. None of this is any medical advice to any extreme at all. So what we want to start doing is we want to start getting the body moving. And one of the best ways we can do that is just put your hands up in the air. I know it looks silly, but one of the things when we're depressed is we're self-hugging. We're in this mode where we're just trying to care for ourselves, and we don't want our energy to go out into the universe because we don't have enough. So when we do this, what we're doing is we're opening up that channel. We're allowing the body to do what it wants to do. It's opening up and being free. And science has actually proven that this lowers cortisol and raises testosterone. So just by raising your hands up in this victory position, you're going to start to feel better in about 10 to 15 seconds. Now, again, it's not going to happen right away. You're not going to feel like a huge boost, but if you keep doing that every day for 10, 15 seconds, you're going to start feeling a difference. It's really amazing stuff, because what's happening is you're starting to break those patterns that are integrated into the body from the mind. The mind has told the body for so long, this is how you are and this is who you are. So we got to start breaking free from that. So that's one of the best ways to start doing it. The other way is the real smile. One of the hardest things to do when you're depressed, but what you do is you just bite your finger. When you bite your finger, it engages those real smile muscles, and that actually creates in your biochemistry those feel-good chemicals going on in your brain. So that's going to start to help you feel better too. So if you do this and you do that for 30 seconds in the morning, you're going to start to feel better. You're going to start to feel those changes coming out. And then what's going to happen is you're going to start having the strength to deal with what's going on in the mind. You're going to hear your mind say something that is not going on in your body anymore, and you're going to be like, that's just not right. So when that starts to happen, then you can start really doing that work. So the other thing I highly recommend, first thing in the morning, if you can, get up and go for a walk. Get moving, get the body moving, and get that blood flowing and get the oxygen in the body. That's the other thing that's really tough when we're depressed, is we don't breathe. We just sit there and very low. We're self-hugging, we're holding the lungs in tight. So part of doing this opens the lungs up and gets you breathing, and we forget to breathe. That's where a lot of our tension holds. So one of the main benefits of doing this is you're going to start to go into your body awareness and stop listening to this as much. You're going to start listening to this, and you're going to start finding different tensions and weaknesses in your body, and you can start working that stuff out. And by doing that, what it's doing is it's giving you a little bit of purpose. Because I think if anything, one purpose that we can all agree on is to just live our best life and take the best care of ourselves that we can. Because then what happens is we build a purpose. We are surrounded in a world that is just very very empty of purpose, and it's very consumer driven, so it's very tough to feel alive in today's day and age. We just feel dead because of the system we're all trapped in, but we have to break free from that mindset and not worry about that stuff anymore. So one of the best ways to do that is to start to get the body moving. Do yoga if you need to, do stretching. I love going to the hot springs and jumping in the cold river after. These things are really good to get that body out of its comfort zone and start integrating a new way of being into your lifestyle. And when you start to do these things, you'll start to notice a difference, because your body's going to be loosened up. It's going to be able to move more. You're going to have more energy, and it's just going to build on top of itself. You're just going to keep building momentum on top of momentum on top of momentum. Now, look at your diet. Look at how you're eating. If you're eating foods that are high in processed and they just don't have a lot of nutrients, that's going to affect things too. So you want to be able to eliminate as much of the fake foods as you possibly can and put as much good food as you can. But we don't want to stress ourselves out either. You don't have to put the pressure on yourselves. Just take this day by day. Like I said, it's like a cold car starting. Day one's going to be the hardest. Day 2 gets a little bit easier. Day 3 gets a little bit easier. I used to be depressed. Trust me. I used to not wake up like this, but now I wake up like this every day because my engine's hot. It's running. It's in 4th gear. It's in cruise control, set to 55 miles an hour, so we're good to go now. So I hope these tools and techniques help you at least to get started, to start to dig out of depression and start to work on the body part, and then we can start to work on the mind and the brain and get everything integrated later on. But if we can start to bring some life into the body, and like I said, if we can start to alter that inner biochemistry, that's what's going to make a big difference from now on going forward for you. So if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Thank you.